Hello everybody, welcome back. It's another Monday night here at IR Batted Games, and we are back with some more Steins Gate Zero, because I love this series and I want to share it with Eric.
It is pretty entertaining.
It is very entertaining.
Capsule.
It definitely is. For those of you who have been following along, this is the third stream of Steins Gate Zero, which is already a sequel to a game you may not or may have played, so spoilers abound from here on out. We are playing as Okabe Rintaro after the events of Steins Gate, where a version of him that failed to save his beloved girlfriend or girl he liked or whatever, Kurisu, and now he's living with the ramifications of that. He's grown as a person. He's a little more darker, a little more reserved, a little more mature, maybe, but he's not the same Hyoyin Kyoma that he was last summer. And now he's got his AI girlfriend in his pocket, Amadeus, which is a clone of her memories from before she met him. All kind of weird things going on.
All the way out. It's like, yeah, we're playing another Steins Gate.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's like these are just like the past. This is like the last episode or the last stream. You know, a lot of this.
Oh man! And then we spent some time with some of the other characters, most notably Suzuha, who is upset that Okabe didn't change the world. And wants him to go back and try again. They got enough fuel in the tank for one last voyage to the past, and it has to be done before.
She is a time traveler.
As she is a time traveler from the future.
Also Daru's daughter.
And also Daru's daughter. And I think...
it's like explaining a soap opera.
Yeah. And also... there is the time limit. She's only got 344 days in the tank, so it has to be. If a leap is going to be done, it has to be before January 28th or something like that. At which point, she said she herself will go if she can't convince Okabe to do it. And then yeah, that's where we're at now. So let's just fucking jump back into it.
We've been getting brought back to the Amadeus project to test
Oh
out
yes.
Dead
Girlfriend
the clone
thing
of dead Kurisu, who, again, unable to save her in this timeline. Who's Kagari?
I was doing Kagari. Kagari's the little
12-year-old
girl from the future with the red hair. Yeah. So the thing that immediately happened before we stopped last stream was
I feel like that should help. That should have been a sufficient description of who you're talking about.
So
I have no further idea.
So we are currently in a Suzuha flashback, in which we
right. Okay, I'm catching back up.
Which we saw her in the future when she first got in the time machine.
Kurisu, that's why I didn't remember her name.
And she had a mission. If you recall, you probably don't recall, but if you recall from the first game, Suzuha, who is John Titor, or at least she was John Titor on the internet, in the first game, he learns that she had time traveled twice, one to 1975 and one to 1999. So here we are seeing that play out. So we're coming back in.
But that makes sense. I believe you.
So as we're coming in now,
Wikipedia page. So
yes,
we can check that.
This is the first stop in 1975, in which her and Kagari, the little 12-year-old redhead girl from the future,
apparently we're not confirming is actually Kurisu.
I am neither confirming nor denying anything.
She gets her mind wiped, obviously. We've seen that happen in the time travel before, I believe, when there's a problem. So that I assume is going to come into play. And then I don't remember if this is the 90 whatever. That's how the timing works out.
If it
It's
was.
the 90-something visit.
But
If
right
this
now
is
we're
the
in
70-something visit, then
Yes.
she's got to be Karisu's mom.
Right now we're in 1975. All right. Here we go.
Then I was wrong. It's not Karisu yet. Not literally.
The interior of the time machine smelled
I was
like...
going to say, how does she lose her memory and Suzuha doesn't? I'm sorry, everybody else who's here.
No. I appreciate these questions.
As I just remember my various conspiracy theories about what's happening to this game that we're 2 hours into.
Oh, man. The interior of the time machine smelled like metal and was covered in instruments of different sizes. The girl inside, sobbing. It had been almost an hour since Suzuha had left to go look around. She assumed that Kaguri would have stopped crying by then, but she had no such luck.
Suzuha?
Yes, Daru's daughter.
Oh, right, yeah. How long are you gonna keep crying? You need to get it together. Excellent child handling. Get it together. Stops 100% of children crying. I believe. Yes. Think about how Big Sis Mayu fell.
Which, by the way, you need to get it together is in response to her crying because she just left the future. She'll never see her mother again.
Right.
Right, so get it together, little girl.
Big Sis, chill.
Tina Kaguri looked up at Suzuha, her face wet with tears.
Ugh, God. Just don't cry. It's annoying.
Suzuha walked over to Kaguri and knelt down so they'd be at eye level. She had no intention of spoiling her. Her goal was to save billions of lives. This was her first mission.
Listen, from now on, I'm treating you as a member of Valkyrie. You work for me, and you're not a civilian. This is the year 1975. Nobody we know is alive here. Dad and Big Sis Mayu haven't been born yet. In other words, there's no one to protect us.
Also, even if they had been born, they'd be children. They couldn't protect them anyway.
Yeah, I think they're like 20. Yeah, they'd be another 15, 20 years from now, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe 90s, if I've got everybody's right.
You do. You're pretty...
Yeah. Only one who can protect you is yourself. Got it?
Yeah. Kaguri was a brave girl, and she finally realized that now wasn't the time for tears. She tried to stop crying. It wasn't working well, but it was a lot better for her emotions than sobbing. She was a smart girl. Suzuha knew that.
Not a lot of time. If someone from this era finds a time machine, it'll cause a big commotion.
The machine had landed on the roof of Radicon, which wasn't a spot that people visited. Chances of anyone finding it were slim. But in this era, they had no one to help them conceal it. That meant they couldn't stay long. She needed to finish her mission quickly, move on to the next time period. What's wrong? You just come back?
There's not enough fuel. We can't jump an infinite number of times. If it won't work when it really counts, then this is all for nothing. Can you stand up?
Suzuha stepped out of the machine and beckoned to Kaguri. Kaguri looked surprised. Her eyes were narrowed at the bright sunlight. The sky above Tokyo in this time period was too dirty to be called blue. Smoke and dust clouds filled with who knew what were rising from the rows of smokestacks. It all combined with black exhaust from the cars that scurried along the ground to create a smog so thick you could literally see it. The sky above the city was covered by a veil of death. Still, it was the first clear sky that Kaguri had ever seen. She'd only ever known from books and videos the sky could be this bright. The nuclear weapons used during World War III had changed the weather over Tokyo, and their sky was constantly covered in dull gray clouds. The sun's light was always weak when it shone through them, and it was never this bright.
When I was a kid, the sky was like this. Don't remember much, but I remember a little.
Suzuha looked up at the so clean. In 2036, you needed a filter and mask to go outside for any length of time. Compared to that, 1975 was a lot cleaner.
Now you understand why everyone was now you understand why everyone was willing to risk it all to change the world line, right, Calgary? Emphasis. The world lines, history. You can worry about that stuff later. For now, just focus on protecting this sky.
Kaguri slipped her hand into her pocket and took out the faded green Upa keychain. She stared at it with a sad look on her face. She was probably thinking about Mayuri.
It's not the metal
Other.
one.
Not the metal one. The metal one is what got him caught in the other world line, but this world line. Because in order to, that was part of the change, full your world project.
No, it was the first, yeah. What a fucking mess.
Uh-huh. And
I remember. You're right. That's true.
And it was probably
It can't be the metal one.
yeah. And she was probably trying to understand what it meant that her mother had put her inside the time machine. Suzuha, yeah. Suzuha decided that Kaguri was all right now and closed the hatch in the time machine from the outside. The lock flipped on automatically. The only person who could open it now was Suzuha, whose biometrics had been loaded into the system ahead of time. Even if someone did find the time machine, it would be a while before they could figure out what it was.
Kaguri, look at this.
Suzuha handed her a printout of a photo. That's why she had to go to 1970.
Of course, the IBM 5100.
You're right. Yeah. What is this?
Retro. Well, it's not anymore, right? I mean,
here it's brand
PC.
new.
This is just a PC, a modern, but cutting edge. A retro PC called the IBM 5100. None of the ones in our time still worked, but here we should be able to find a working one. I can't imagine you couldn't recreate whatever components you needed to get one of those working.
You would think.
That's neither here nor there. You made a time machine. Our first mission is to split up and find it.
Yeah.
Of course, I guess, yeah, you need the program language. That's the big thing.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So, never mind. We can communicate with this.
She handed Kaguri a small transceiver.
I was told it didn't have very long range, so don't expect too much from it.
Okie dokie.
Why didn't you just grab... I guess you can't really have phones. That wouldn't fly. I don't know. We'll meet in front of this building every 90 minutes for a status report. Got it?
Okie dokie.
Good answer.
Suzuha nodded and patted Kaguri on the head.
Okay, let's get started.
Suzuha was on top of Radicon in 2010.
$35 years, huh?
That's how long ago it had been in real time since she spoken to Kagari. From her perspective, it had only been a few. The view from up here had changed a lot since. In the next 26 years, it would have changed even. She'd seen for herself how this building changed over. The thought didn't make her feel sentimental. Instead, she felt the loneliness and fear that comes from having a past not shared with anyone. Using the time machine to change the world lines meant breaking the rules of the universe. Wakabi Rintaro's words flashed through her. Still, lately, he'd been thinking more about Kagari. He'd been searching the city at regular intervals. He was looking for Shina Kagari. He didn't even know if she was in Tokyo. He had no clues. He didn't even know what Kagari looked like now. So maybe it was a waste of time. Even so, he had to find Kagari herself. But she hadn't any better luck today. She turned around
It's
and...
an anime. You can pretty much assume that she's just like a larger version.
Yeah. She turned around and looked toward the time machine. He would come here every day. Her primary reason for coming here was to see if her father, Hashida Ichiro, had been here. Anytime she'd left her guard down, he would come and try to examine it. She told him it would cause a time paradox, but he wouldn't fucking listen. She needed to keep constant watch. To be honest, she had a lot of things she had to do. And then she heard the metal door to the roof open. Dad? He squinted into the darkness, but this person saw was much smaller than Ichiro and had cat ears coming out of their head.
Yeah, yeah. There you are. What? Oh, we're back in the future again.
Yeah, we're back. Yeah.
It's like, she's a secret operative. Of course. The Council of Three. I knew it all along. It was never a skit. She wasn't playing along. She just thought Rintaro was out in the open about it. Like,
that would be funny.
Wait, are we not just oh? Anyway, Susan-yan, good evening. Oh, it's you, big sis Rumi.
Ferris Nyan Nyan had a spring in her step as she approached Suzuha.
Who's Rumi? I'm Ferris Nyan. You're big sis Rumi.
Ferris's real name was Akiha Rumiho. She was Daru's friend and had helped them in many different ways in 2036. So Suzuha had known her ever since she was young and always called her Big Sis Rumi. But for whatever reason, in this era, she always wanted to be called Ferris, though. When Suzuha asked why, she simply responded, Ferris is Ferris, nya, an answer which meant nothing to Suzuha.
I mean, it means the same as it means to everyone else, but...
Yeah.
Nobody was in the lab, so I thought you might be here. Guess I was right. Here, I brought you a snack. It's leftovers, though. No, yeah.
Ferris showed her a cake box with the logo from the Maid Cafe where she worked. May Queen plus Neon Squared. What a amazing name.
Yeah. I don't know anything about Maid Cafe naming convention.
I don't either.
You know, but it's believable. Feels true in my heart. I guess Dad wasn't at the lab.
If he ate something like that at this hour, he'd get even fatter.
It's not for Daru, Nyan. It's for you. There's the Nyan. For me? Why? Yeah, you know you love it.
Ferris grinned and nudged Suzuha in the side with her elbow.
I don't. There's an apple tart, a Mont Blanc, and they catch me off guard with them sometimes. It's good. A piece of strawberry shortcake too. See? Doesn't it look good? Yeah.
Ferris opened up the box and showed her what was inside. Suzuha could smell the sweet cream and fruit.
Oh, man. Come on, eat up. Don't worry about a thing, yeah? Open wide. Jesus. This is an extensive scene of Ferris stuffing food into somebody's thing. I'll feed it right now into your cute little mouth. That's right. I'll put it in the fridge for tomorrow. Please don't touch the food you want me to eat, especially with those grubby cat gloves.
Right.
No idea where they've been. Yeah, you're such a stoic Suzunya.
Ferris laughed and handed over the box.
They expired. Whoa, okay, I see what's going on here. They expire tomorrow, so make sure you eat up before they do, yeah. Thanks. I feel like I nailed that one.
Yeah.
That's how I say thanks when people give me stuff way too often and I have to thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Ferris gave her a mischievous wink and looked up at the time machine beside them.
Takes a lot out of me trying to read.
I know, right?
It's not hard on my thread, but it's it's an investment of energy. How's Darunyan's time machine research going? He's working hard, I guess. Sorry again, everybody, having to put up with the delay for my internet catching up on both sides of it here. Big sis roomies, is it okay to leave the machine here?
Suzuha looked around the roof as she asked. It was solely thanks to Ferris that no one had really noticed a massive object on the roof. He was the heir to a rich family that had a lot of influence in the area and had contributed a lot to the development of Akihabara. He was helping to hide the time machine.
I'm unclear on how those two statements are connected.
So, if I remember correctly,
here we go.
Yeah, there you go.
There's
Yeah,
the explanation, I assume. Yeah. Yep. I've rented out this whole floor or roof, I guess. It's fine, yeah. Does that really solve the problem? Just renting out the roof? I told the owner that we're developing a VR game. It's not the best excuse in the world, but it works. It's a huge help. Don't worry about it. I'm always ready to help you save the world's elementals from the Byaki.
what are you talking about, Ferris?
Little do we know, they're the ones behind it all. Right. Since many years ago.
It's Suzuha.
Thousands of years ago, the robot in Aqua Teen. I think it's the robot of Christmas Past or something. It doesn't matter. Dumb. Well, I guess many years in the future.
You're doing the wrong voice.
You're right. Well,
it's all good.
I thought that Suzuha was still running, or the Suzuha. I thought Ferris was still doing the thing. Many years ago, I guess many years.
Oh, yeah.
Felt like the kind of thing. But I mean, she's a time traveler, so in my defense, that's the kind of shit Ferris would say.
Yeah.
Since many years ago, well, I guess many years in the future. I've been wondering, but sometimes what you say is really hard to understand. What language is that? Don't think, yeah. Feel. Exactly. Oh, come on. Uh, It's so cold. I think I'm going home, yeah.
In the end, she never could get an answer. To Suzuha, Ferris was always a great mystery.
I'll walk you home. Let's go together. Yeah. Then you can have dinner at my place, too. That wasn't what I meant. You never eat real food, do you? Whenever I see how stoic you are, I always feel like I have to do something, yeah? Dark horse for secret real mom. Little did she know all this time. It's a great drama amongst the family. They don't talk about it. Like a protective or motherly feeling. It stirs something like that within me. I'm just fine.
Before she finished her sentence, she felt someone looking at her, glanced around.
Get down.
Right?
Yeah? What is it? Shh.
She listened carefully. She definitely heard a very faint sound from the direction of the metal door that led to the stairs. It was small enough that Suzuha was only able to notice it because of her training.
Not trained good enough to let the conversation continue while you zero in on what's going on.
Uh-huh.
Someone's there. They probably heard us.
Most of the discussion was worthless. They talked about the time machine a little. Someone heard that. Suza yanked her gun out of her jacket and in an instant ran towards the stairs as fast as she could. She heard someone running down the stairs as soon as she did. The sound, heavy military boots and a wide stride, got farther and farther away.
They're fast.
She opened up the door and jumped onto the landing. Then she raced down the stairs, skipping 3 steps with every stride. But still, it wasn't fast enough. Suza was born fast, and she'd been trained to be faster, but it wasn't enough. When she finally made it to the second floor, she could hear the loud revving of a motorcycle.
Oh, no.
She panicked and slipped on an object that had been left halfway up the stairs, then rolled her way to the bottom. She managed to get into the right position to protect her head, so it was her hips that struck the ground.
Oh, God. I've done that.
She
It was a
forced,
pop bottle.
she forced herself to stand up and run outside. She could see the taillights of a large... Oh, yeah. You could see the taillights of a large motorcycle speeding away. The driver was wearing a black helmet and riding suit, and already a good distance away, so she couldn't even tell if they were a man or a woman. They revved their engine loudly as if to mock her, and then spun a quarter and disappeared onto Chuidori.
Susan, yeah.
A little later, Ferris caught up.
You okay? Yeah. I got away. Should put that away. Yeah. Oh.
She put the gun in her hands back in her jacket holster and brushed away her hair. Hair that's
way too chill.
yeah. And brushed away the hair that sweat had stuck to her brow.
Yeah, just walk around with guns, honey. Come on. Come on. No, put it away. Put it away. Someone's gonna come by. What was that? Yeah. Or who was that? Yeah. I don't know, but they weren't a civilian. They've been trained. Train? Was there anything on the stairs? A bag? Yeah. It was right where I couldn't see it. They probably dropped it deliberately. And they revved their engine right when I was coming by it. I don't know about that. But I fell for it. Literally. You mean it was a trap, yeah? Someone with special training could do that on a moment's notice. No one else could.
Sousa glared in the direction of the bike. The bike disappeared and started to think. Who was it? CERN? There was an unofficial CERN group, the Rounders, that was searching for IBN 5100s in Akihabara. Kabi Rintaro had told her that. But he'd only encountered them in another world line.
I don't know who it was, but it's clear that someone other than us knows about the time machine.
Was it that they knew about it, but weren't going to do anything anymore? Do anything more? Or did they intend to steal the time machine from her? Since she didn't know, she had to assume the worst, or she wouldn't be prepared to deal with it. She looked up at the sky and sighed. It was becoming a bad habit.
Hey, Big Sis Rumi, don't tell Uncle Okrin and the others, okay? Great plan.
Right.
Never goes poorly. Jan, why?
Well, then again, anything that comes out of Ferris's mouth, you just assume she's fucking talking crazy.
It's a 50-50, right? If Uncle Okrin knew about it, he might say it was too dangerous that we had to destroy the time machine, you know? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's true. But... It's tough. It's rough to work through. I'm gonna protect the time machine no matter what. I need to take Uncle Okra into the entrance to Steins Gate. That was the promise I made to my dad and all the people who sent me here. Susan, yeah. All right, yeah. In exchange, just make sure you tell Daru, Nyan. Okie dokie.
The last part was almost a whisper as her words melted in the arborous sky. Maho. Maho was fidgeting. She knew exactly why, but she still didn't want to admit it. Maho, are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
She awkwardly stood up from the chairs as Dr. Leskinen spoke to her.
What?
I had thought you'd put some more effort into it, but I guess not. Dr. Leskinen stared at her for a moment and then spoke.
Sexual harassment.
It was obvious he was referring to her outfit.
I'm not going to a party like I was last time.
You wore your lab coat to that, too.
That was because I forgot my clothes.
That's right. Dr. Leskinen was wearing his translator all the time these days. In fact, he actually told Maho to talk to him in Japanese. Now then, I can't wait to see what kind of relationship Lintalo and Kurisu have established. Maho and Dr. Leskinen were about to head into Tokyo proper. There, they were to meet Okabe Rintaro. It had been 2 weeks since they'd first asked him to test Amadeus. It was time for the first report. Of course, that was the reason Maho was fidgeting. She was nervous to meet Okabe. No, to see Kurisu for the first time in quite a while. Of course, Maho was able to talk to Kurisu anytime she wanted, but since she asked Okabe to be a tester, she tried to avoid doing so as much as possible. She didn't want her conversations to add any extra noise.
Professor, before we leave, can I ask something?
Whatever you like.
Why Okabe-san?
Maho had wanted to ask Dr. Leskinen that for a long time. She was going to ask it, though, now. Dr. Leskinen thought for a minute. Are you jealous, Maho?
A fucking weird way to not answer the question. I'm...
He felt heat flush to her face. In other words, right. Yeah, she was jealous of Okabe. Not that she wanted to admit it.
To be honest, it bothers me. There are other people who could be her conversation partners.
You, for instance?
I'm not saying that. I'm too close to Kurisu and Amadeus.
Lintalo is a good guy.
He's like an objective fucking scientist. Whatever,
right?
Yeah. He's a fucking degenerate, are you kidding me? If you really believe that, you're naive. It's impossible to really understand someone after only meeting them once. Indeed it is, Maho.
Right.
What if he secretly sells Amadeus to another lab? Even if he doesn't plan to at first, he might change his mind if they showed him enough money. That's human nature.
Let's say Lintalo did sell Amadeus. What would happen then? Would whoever got her access rights be able to become friends with Kurisu and take over Amadeus?
If not, then you guys have no idea what you're doing.
Maho asked herself the question and realized the chance was almost zero.
Yeah, then you guys are just fucking... This is... it's like cyber slavery. I don't think that's okay. That would be impossible.
Yes, it's impossible. Because if that ever happened, Kurisu would refuse to talk to them. In that sense, Amadeus is a very difficult system. Doesn't do what you want it to. Of course, it's possible that Amadeus could be persuaded. But you could say that's why I chose you and Kurisu as its models. Dr. Leskinen gave her a mischievous wink.
No. No. Don't trust this guy. Both Kurisu and I have difficult personalities. It would be hard to persuade us to do anything.
She knew he was teasing her, so she decided to say it. Indeed, you two are truly merciless. And that is the best security I could get.
God. That sounds like an insult.
You two are the finest ladies our institution has to offer.
It's also another way. One that sounds like an insult.
Dr. Leskinen laughed happily. He always had a childlike innocence about him. Either way, the Amadeus AI is a tricky thing. You could say that's what makes it interesting. Keeping them to ourselves won't bring us any progress, will it? I'd been thinking about how I wanted to find a catalyst that could prompt Amadeus to really evolve. And I wanted it to be someone who didn't have anything to do with the research. Lintalo is smart, and I think he's a good choice. He's almost a friend of Kurisu's. He's also a friend of...
Right. that part. That's the bit. It's that last part that makes it not true. The first thing you said.
Anyway,
It's not related to the research. And it's like, well, but like he's also has a personal relationship with the researcher upon which the model is based.
Yeah.
What?
Anyway, why not see what he says today before you decide? First, let's see how Kurisu has changed since she started spending time with Lintaro. We may see a side of her that we've never seen before.
Yeah.
That was what was making her nervous. If Kurisu changed into someone she didn't know, that would make her sad. It's time. Let's go.
You don't want the
Maho nodded.
situation. That's more what I was
right.
Just gets to decide for itself that obviously the only way to eliminate human suffering is to eliminate humans or whatever.
I walked into the grounds of Yanabayashi Shrine and quietly took a look around. Several cats were sunbathing beneath the cold winter sky, but there was no sign of anyone else. Lukako wasn't back from school. Okay. I could talk to Kurisu without anyone staring at me. I was supposed to meet with Dr. Leskin in Maho after. Before that happened, I wanted to confirm something. I decided to start the app. Oh, and it's the 15th, which means this is a crucial save point.
Oh.
I decided to start the app. Let me double check. There are some routes, but they're not as many in the first game, and they have a suggested way of going about it. So, starting from point A, December 15th, do not turn on the. Whenever I talked to Kurisu, I needed to pay attention to where I was. People would stare if I did it in a crowded place, and I couldn't do it around my family. In that sense, with the exception of the fact that Lukako and Miuri might show up, Yanabayashi Shrine wasn't a bad spot.
Yeah, hello.
We need to talk.
You're meeting with the professor and senpai after this, right? Is that what this is about?
Yeah.
Is there any reason to be nervous? Basically, you're turning over the logs, and then I ask you some quick questions about your impression of me.
That's it. The logs. That's what I wanted to talk about. Have all of our conversations been recorded?
Transcripted. I told you that when we started, right? I keep logs in a place where nobody but me can access them. Were you not listening?
And you're going to submit them to the professor and Maho?
Probably.
Which means if I said anything impersonal to you, Dr. Leskinen and Maho will hear it?
You're just realizing this now?
Yeah.
Sorry, did you?
It was a little late.
Just like scroll through and click I agree or something? What?
Yeah, it was a little late. Kurisu and I have been talking for like 2 weeks. I should have asked about this when I got the access key for Amadeus.
Yeah.
I just realized that today. Hey, have I told you anything I shouldn't have so far?
How the fuck am I gonna answer that? Like the fact that you're barely able to talk to any girls at the matchmaking party? That doesn't seem right, like what he means. Or the fact that your family sells vegetables, but you hate eggplants.
I don't hate eggplants. Just not very good at eating them.
What does that mean?
I don't know. If that was all, I didn't really care.
I'm not very good at eating them. It's like an I have a drinking, like airplane
Yeah.
joke. Like I've got a drinking problem thing. It just fails to get liquid into his mouth. I don't understand. A problem with aubergines. Anyway. Or the fact that the first time we talked, you called me Christina.
Please forget about that.
It's one of the funniest running gags from the first bit. I don't. It's not a good joke. It's funny though. Human memories are ambiguous, and as time passes, they become more subjective and tend to be compressed into a single narrative. What? Regardless of whether the memory is a good or a bad one, it's common to only be able to remember words that left an impression. And that impression often alter your memories of the surrounding conversation.
Huh? What was she talking about?
I can tell them whatever I want. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just how human memories work. But Amadeus isn't human. Oh, okay, so she's saying it's an incomplete AI, still in the research stage. This is a big problem for Maho and the professor, but actually, Amadeus still can't perfectly replicate the ambiguity of human memories. Oh yeah, so she's still too perfect. In other words, it can't completely replicate the high-level brain function that is forgetting.
Huh? But at the ATS seminar, Dr. Leskinen said that Amadeus would forget unneeded information.
Decide to delete. That's different.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, like... Yeah, I do forget things, but remember what I said? I record things in a log. Like, it's my secret diary. So, in the end, all the information is still kept there. Oh. And if I load that all the data I should have forgotten will come flooding back to me. Okay?
In other words, asking her to forget was a waste of time.
Yeah.
Right.
So you don't actually forget things at all.
Right.
Another plan would be to delete my logs, but those are my backups, so that's not happening. Even if I could delete one area, the result would be the same. I'd analyze the surrounding conversation and automatically reconstruct the missing portion.
So not only can you not delete it, you can actually restore it if you need to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't know how that would work. If you want to alter my memories, you'd have to mess with the primary program.
I didn't have that level of access.
And
I didn't understand how the program worked at all.
They're getting into the nitty-gritty of what's happening when they do the mind wipe.
Yeah, they are.
I see what's happening.
So basically, until I told Carisi why I called her Christina, she was going to keep asking. What a pain.
I'm literally incapable of forgetting. That's like a threat. She's like, so I literally can't forget that you did that. So it'll be easier for both of us if you just like answer the question. So, why Christina?
You really don't give up, do you? I'll hang up right now if I have to.
Bullshit. Even if you run, as I've just explained, I won't forget. That's definitely a threat.
Yeah.
I mean, not like a threat. Yeah. Threatening. The more you try and change a subject, the more interested I get, you know? Like, obviously, you never had an older sibling. Or is this a ploy to get me to pay attention to you?
You're the one who wants attention. You call me in the middle of my university lectures. And not only that, you message me like all the time. You've got too much curiosity. Keep poking your head into things. One of these days, you're going to regret it.
Scientists can't function if they're not curious.
She got mad at me. If you're that interested in why I call you Christina, why not come up with a theory yourself?
Well, I've got one.
Yeah.
That's not verifiable.
I got a few,
Lady
actually.
I have a few, actually. Listen to these.
She's really into this.
Have anything else going on? Theory 1. You got a crush on a Hollywood actress named Christina. And since you got a crush on me, the Y's got a crush.
You think
okay, viable.
You think bad. You've got the looks of a Hollywood actress?
Objectively. Looks oh wait. There we go. I drilled it out of the fucking part. Looks don't matter. It's like how you feel a closeness to someone with the same name.
So this is what you're saying, in other words. Okabe Rintaro feels close to me.
It's just an example. Don't try to read too deep into it.
It's a joke. Whenever I talked to Kurisu, I always wanted to tease her. Needed to watch out.
Theory 2. You once dated a foreign girl named Christina. Right. Given your terrible English ability, this one's out of the question, huh?
It's possible that I dated a blonde babe who also spoke fluent Japanese, isn't it?
Brutal. Fucking brutal. Did you?
Well.
Silence is an admission of defeat.
Sorry.
Fear 3. You knew the original me and called her that either directly or indirectly. This is also unlikely. If you called me that, I know what I'd say. Stop calling me that. Stop adding Tina. What?
Because because Kurisu is
Kurisu.
Chris.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that was exactly right. That's exactly what Kurisu said. But
I don't think it. Maybe the transliteration's different.
I think so. Yeah, but I didn't stop because I was
fucking wound her up.
I was embarrassed.
What?
The genius named Makise Kurisu was the person I always wanted to be.
Of course. You gotta break her down. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Classic childish lashing out.
Uh-huh.
You know, to stop, Akabe, stop being a mature, relatable human being. I hate that. What do you mean?
I couldn't bring myself to say her name, so I came up with a nickname to hide my embarrassment.
Embarrassment?
Yeah. Not just with the original either. It happens when I'm talking to you too.
Me?
I mean, I talked to a girl inside a monitor before.
Well, thank you.
Huh? Why are you blushing?
I am not. Like, yeah. I just didn't expect you to treat me like a girl. It surprised me a little.
Even that reaction, just like Risu. That part of you, I really shuddered. What was I about to say? This was a 3D model on a screen. Tiny collection of zeros and ones in the shape of a human. What was I about to say to her?
Hey, can I ask you something? We knew each other, didn't we? I mean, you and the original me? If you don't want to tell me, that's fine, but what was our relationship? I'm kind of curious. Did I not get mad when you called me Christina? Or did I get mad but then laugh and forgive you?
I
I don't want to die.
was hit with a violent urge to throw up. I could see Karisu in front of me, covered in blood. She was looking at me, her cold.
You killed me. Well, what's wrong?
Oh.
Hey, you're gone pale.
I touched the smartphone. Aw. Then I became too dizzy to stand. I tried to throw up, but nothing came out. My hands were shaking. That's right. Can't change reality. But there I was, trying to talk to Karisu like nothing had happened. I was treating her like the real Karisu and trying to avert my eyes from what I had done. I was just clinging. Wrong. Shouldn't talk to Karisu anymore. The call from Karisu. I hung up in the middle of the conversation, so she was probably mad. Mad? She was just an AI. Karisu's anger was just a program. Karisu wasn't Karisu. I've actually set this as my ringtone on my phone. Don't treat them like they're the same. I shouldn't talk to Karisu anymore. Just the incoming call was enough to trigger a flashback. In my mind, I could see an image of Karisu's bloody face. I should turn off my phone. Getting bad.
The same doesn't mean that that's an okay way to treat another person.
Couldn't even stand up.
Still be a person.
It'd been half a year and things were still like this. Even I was surprised. Damn, Karisu, you must really want to talk.
He's a robot. She got going on.
I resisted the impulse to try and throw up again. Just turn off the phone. I wanted to get away from Karisu. It wasn't her fault. Mine. I couldn't become dependent on Amadeus. This wasn't right, and I needed to stop. I was blaspheming Karisu's memory. She had sacrificed herself to send me to the Beta World line. I needed to live up to her expectations. I couldn't waste time talking to Karisu. I needed to accept the fact that I couldn't save her and move on. Cut the power and cut off this call. At least until you meet Dr. Leskinen after this. Get Karisu out of your mind. Don't panic. Calm down. Turn off the phone.
I mean, not with the AI girlfriend anyway, but I don't know.
Oh, hold on. Let me reload the quick save. I was supposed to turn the phone off. I thought not answering it was the correct.
Oh, but you actually have.
You have to turn it off. Yeah.
Down. Yeah. Otherwise, you eventually pick it up.
The quick save date.
Worst case scenario, it was right before that whole
yeah
started that you saved.
So. All right, so now I gotta. How do I turn off the phone? Oh, wrong buttons. All of them. Nope, that answers. What answer?
Once more.
All of them hung up in the middle. Okay. How do I cut off the...
Way to go to
Oh,
the game options and control.
I might have to.
The controls that way.
Big. Oh. Start. Select. Oh. Puts the phone away. That quick saves.
There I can't believe that there's not a controls option.
Give me one sec.
It's weird.
Steins Gate. How to turn off phone. Just bring up your phone when Okabe says I should probably turn off my phone. There'll be a message with 2 options to turn it off or cancel. Open
so you gotta wait a second, get another couple lines to the dialogue, maybe.
Oh, maybe. Okay. End of the day, if I can't get to work, it's not that. I hung up in the middle of a conversation, so she's probably mad. She was just an AI. Her anger was just a program. She wasn't creepy. Don't treat them like they're the same. I shouldn't talk to her anymore. Just the incoming calls enough to trigger a flashback. In my mind, I could see an image of Priest's face. So she, oh, yeah, bad. Up. Just turn off the phone. Oh, there we go. All right, cool.
Nice.
The phone. Silent. I slowly stood up. If Y2K saw me like this, he'd worry. I should get out of here. I was staggering a little, but I could walk. I felt very thirsty. I gulped down an entire bottle of mineral water, caught my breath. There was still a little time before my meeting. I wanted to get some air up here, cover a little. I looked down over the scenery below the ocean. The city was in the Christmas spirit. The atmosphere was charged with excitement. It was the exact opposite of me. I took a more deep. Still felt like I wanted to throw up. I was getting a headache too. If I went to Dr. Leskinen like this, I'm sure I'd worry him. And then I realized that the 2 girls coming up the stairs were looking at me. I peered into the late afternoon darkness to try and make out. One of them, the girl with short haircut, waved. I knew it. It's a Ocarin-san.
Hi there.
Oh, you're Mayuri's friend. They were Mayuri's friends and fellow cosplayers. I think their cosplay's names were Kaede and Fuki. I don't know them. Which was Kaede and which was Fuki again? We're doing this again. Oh. Wait, hold on. Girl with long hair.
Oh, weird. Are you okay? You don't look so good. Or whoops, wrong voice. Whatever.
I'm fine. If I made them worry here and they talked to Mayuri, it would cause a big fuss. I didn't want her to worry about me the way when she didn't have to. I shouldn't have come back to Akihabara. I'd run into people I knew just walking through town. I should have gone towards Kanda shrine. You always look like you're hurting somehow, Ocarin-san. Do I? You do?
Kabuki-chan.
And when Mayushi looks at you, she looks like she's in pain too. And when I see her looking at you, I feel like I'm going to cry. Wait, what am I saying? This Fubuki girl must really care about Mayuri. I felt a little better after hearing that. Who's the girl you like? What? The girl I like? The image of Kurisu appeared in the corner of my eye again. The feeling in my hands when I took her life came back. Oh, calm down.
Okarin-san?
I'm sorry, that was rude to ask. I... Uh-oh. We just did a time warp!
Just change something?
Something changed.
Oh, dang, my internet's freaking out right now, it seems like.
Well, the thing is,
Internet.
we didn't do anything. The
Gotcha.
sky was red-black, dotted with columns of thick black smoke. There was so much rubble, I couldn't find a place to stand. Screams, gunshots, the stench. Everyone in this world knew what this smell was. It was the smell of burning. Houses, buildings, cars, motorcycles, trees, grass, and humans. It was the smell of all of them burning together. Something thin and black poked from between piles of rubble. And the hand, unmoving, stretched up towards the sky. No, that wasn't the only one. Everywhere I looked, I saw hands and legs, heads, parts of what were once human beings were strewn across the ground. I heard a distant gunshot. Shout. Silence. Nothing changed. Just one more body lying on the ground. The world was ending. And at last, people understood. This wasn't the afterlife. This was the real world. Hell. Yeah. What it was. Hell. Solitude of the mournful transmigration. Ah. The world twisted and warped. I felt horribly dizzy. Sometimes my vision would blur for no reason. This was nothing like that. It was like my mind itself was being wrung apart. Like the world itself was changing. Deja vu. I knew this feeling. This was... At last, a color came back to my vision. All the shouts of the pedestrians and the noise of the passing cars came flooding in at once.
Okarin-san, are you okay? You're sweating bullets.
Do you not feel well? Oh, no. Fubuki and Kaede. Two of them were still in front of me. They looked worried. Had I just gotten dizzy for a moment? I'm fine, really. Thanks for that. Okay, well, we'll be going.
Looking forward to the party.
They said their goodbyes and walked towards the station. I watched them go, only halfway paying attention. What was that? None of the passerbys noticed me standing there. They were all experiencing time sequentially, as one connected moment after another. But I knew what I just saw. That's right. I was the one person who understood. That feeling was reading Steiner, which meant the world line had changed. I shook my head and tried to get the idea out of my mind. It was impossible. The world line could only change if someone had altered the past. I'd only ever seen world line changes after I'd sent my D-mails with the phone wave, name subject to change. But I destroyed the phone wave, name subject to change, so that could never happen again. I'd sacrificed Kurisu for it. But then who did this? How? What if someone had made a device identical to the phone wave, subject to change? I need to see if Mayuri's is safe. I'll call her right now. The world line change meant something terrible had happened to Mayuri again. If the world line change meant something terrible had happened to Mayuri again, just imagining it made me shiver. Oh, we can call. I picked her name off the context phone and dialed. I could hear the call sound in my ear, but there was no sign of her picking up. 7 seconds. 8. 9. Each second made the fear worse. I felt cold sweat drip down my back. 12 seconds. 13 seconds. 14 seconds. I kept calling and praying anyway. Eventually, after a minute of ringing, the electronic sound suddenly cut off. Do-do-do. It's Mayushi. Mayuri. Is that you, Mayuri? Surely you, right? Wrong. The relaxed, easygoing voice I heard most definitely belonged to Mayuri. I was so worried. I kept calling and you didn't pick up. Oh, sorry. My phone was in my bag. Nothing. Nothing had happened at all. Do you need something? No, don't worry about it. Just feeling nervous. Nervous? Where are you now? Are you with someone? I'm going to work. Until when? Till I get off. About 8 p.m. I see. Got it. Will you come to see me, Okarin? No. I'm busy today. I can't. I'm going to the lab after I get off work. Okay. Yeah, if I can go, we'll meet up there and I'll walk you home. Really? That's rare. Bye. Work hard, okay? I hung up. Carrie was safe. It meant that the world line change probably had nothing to do with her. Not that I could let my guard down. Or maybe that was just a daydream and there was no world line change at all. It seemed awfully realistic for that to be the case, though. Just to be safe, I turned on my phone again. The icon was still there, in the same place it had been the last several times. I felt a little hesitation, especially after what happened. Did I really contact her after that? But I decided that it was important to see what was going on first. Tap the icon.
You won't notice the change, I bet. Or she'll like recognize the change, or she won't be affected by the change. Is what I was trying to say. What? Did you forget to say something?
Reese's voice was, "You're not mad?"
So she is affected by it. Well, shucks. I thought I was right on that. I thought she was gonna be. We were gonna have to talk to her because she's the only one who knows, or the only other one who knows that the world's changing again or something. But I guess in the last game she didn't know, but she was the only one who believed us.
Yeah.
So it could still work that way. Man, why?
I hung up on you, so...
You already apologized for that just now. Not the kind of person to keep getting mad after I've forgiven someone.
Just now?
That's right. You called back, didn't you?
Called back? I did?
So who does that? Oh shit! Are they already getting? So you get a future version that clones his head, and then they use that to call her? Going back in time? I don't know. I'm trying to find a adequately convoluted method through which this could be accomplished. It was only 7 minutes and 43 seconds ago. Did you forget?
I apologize to you.
Are you okay?
Reese was evidently telling the truth. She didn't look like she was lying, at least.
Could be him for the future too, I suppose.
Well, so
What happened?
something to keep in mind too. I didn't really pick up on this until watching the animes. But so like when a reading Steiner thing happens or a time travel event happens, when his consciousness leaves one of his versions and goes to another one, there is still a consciousness. There's another Okabe that gets left behind that is like an unimportant Okabe anymore, that he has no memory of doing, because it's right. Essentially so it could be he called back, but he has no memory of it at this point because he wasn't there. You get what I'm saying?
No, because he's still up to this point, I guess. Like, I mean, I get, yeah, like if the course of events was different and this reality, this Okabe did, but that gets accomplished by somebody doing or bringing about that set of circumstances.
Right. Yes.
In his reality, right?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Or I guess
that I agree.
so,
Yes.
Like, yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at, I suppose, but I don't disagree. Yeah, I think I agree with what you were saying too. I don't know. Time travel, man.
Yeah.
Weird.
Oh.
What happened? Your expression's totally different than it was a moment ago.
No, I'm fine. I didn't remember that. I remembered
but it is though.
turning off the phone, but I didn't remember anything about calling her, the Amadeus Kurisu, back. The old me would have insisted that I was right and she was mistaken. Now I wasn't sure. After all the different past I've experienced, all the sadness and pain I'd gone through, even 6 months later, I was still exhausted. What had really happened? What hadn't? What was right and what was wrong? I wasn't sure anymore. I just didn't want to think about it anymore. Past, the future, the fate of the world. I wanted nothing to do with any of it.
It's like gotta be a really unique form of dissociative delusion.
Oh yeah, no shit, man.
Like, oh, everything keeps changing, but nobody gets it, so I just gotta roll with it. Like, whoa, weird. Like, you're not looking so good. Shouldn't you call one of your friends, go rest somewhere? Akabe?
Hey, Risu, can I ask you something? Do you know what I was about to do after I called you just now?
Good screen for a stroke.
Yeah.
You're going to meet with Dr. Leskinen and Maho Senpai, right? You're supposed to talk about me.
Evidently, my memories match hers in that regard. See.
Did I tell Maho Senpai about you in advance?
I'm fine, really. Sorry to worry you.
Don't push yourself too hard. I don't want to be the last person you ever talk to. Fucking threats.
I
Left, right, and center.
chuckled bitterly and ended the conversation. I called Daru too, just in case, and evidently I really was on my way to see the professor in Maho. He also told me that almost all the events of the last few days matched my memory of them, which meant that even if the world line had changed, nothing had changed nearby where I could have seen it. There was no problem, or at least there shouldn't have been a problem. It was possible that that moment of dizziness was just a result of mental illness. Experiencing those same sensations brought up my past trauma and caused my memories to get confused. That was it. The phone wave, named subject to change, did not exist. So there was no way the past could have changed. That's right. That was all. I kept telling myself this as I went to see the professor. I met with the professor in Maho in a hotel room. So then, Lintalo, you say that your communication with Amadeus is going well, so conversations are always smooth and coherent. While I'm at it, what about the distance between you and Kurisu? Distance? I mean, do you find yourself getting closer to her? Talk more? Well, a bit more than when we first started talking.
Bit? You're sure you don't mean a lot? I'm talking to her too, so I can tell. At first, she was so mad when she said you ignored 8 of her calls. But now you're quite friendly with each other. that means you've gotten that much closer, right?
I see. Wonderful. Leskinen seemed overjoyed by Maho. I've got great hopes for this. It's possible she'll view you as a friend, or perhaps even a love interest. A love interest? You don't need to shout, do you? But she's AI, right? It's precisely because she's an AI that I'm interested. What did he mean? He has emotions. It. Yes, but they're simply running on top of a program. But isn't that the same as the human brain? Right, the brain ran on electrical signals, so you could say it had the same structure. The question of whether machines have emotions was settled a long time ago. They do. Oh. You know that, let's get in.
But I missed a memo, apparently.
And anyway, Amadeus was designed to mimic the human brain.
Go tell the seesaw that it's got emotions.
If the structure is the same and so is the process, shouldn't that lead to identical results? Which meant it's quite possible she could fall in love. In fact, I hope she does. Amadeus falling in love. Oops, this is an upsetting topic for Maho.
Well, because you're saying that, like, oh no, the goal was cyber slavery. That's what we wanted. That was the ideal use case here. Don't you start acting like Kurisu too, Professor.
It was a joke. A joke. It doesn't translate in Japanese well. It's a joke. Maho's scary when she gets mad, so be very careful. Yes, I'm well aware.
You know, I can hear you, right?
Oh, I forgot that I need to call Judy. Lintalo, I'll be right back. The professor quickly left the room. He ran away, didn't he?
Christ. Kurisu first, now the professor. Why do they have to make everything about love?
Got that right. Of
Sorry,
course.
wait, what?
It was always
Won that back, Kurisu talking about what?
Of course, that was always the type of girl she was.
Oh, right. Akabe-san, I had a question. Do you know any words that Kurisu really liked?
Words she
What words?
liked a lot of words. She said many of them throughout the day.
She was a big fan of words. Used them all the time. Or numbers or something. Anything that could be a key.
What? Are you trying to break a password she set?
Well, obviously. That's exactly right. I'm impressed.
I was right. Is that to her work computer or something?
I mean, no. Her personal laptop. It was at her home. That seems unethical.
Why do you have something like that?
And why are you trying to break into it? Her mom gave it to me. Okay, so what? So I'd have something to remember her by. I don't believe you. I'm trying to figure out what's on it. So I'm looking for a way to crack the password. I thought you might know something.
If it's got a password, that means she didn't want anyone seeing it, right?
Oh god, what was her fucking Reddit? I bet we know.
Yeah, it was something to do with
True, but... Damn it.
it was definitely
We know that.
It's like a DBZ reference.
If I want to make her the Amadeus Kurisu close to the real one, it would be better to have that data, right? Of course, I'll do my best not to do anything. You're breaking into her computer. Ship has sailed. I'll do my best not to do anything that violates her privacy.
I knew what she was trying to say. She might have some kind of diary on her computer which described what she'd been doing during her time here. But
how do you get one without the other? It's crazy.
Sorry, I can't think of anything.
Nothing?
Yeah, and even if I did know, I don't think I would tell you.
Because there's something you don't want anyone finding out?
No, because it's her personal computer.
Yeah.
Computer holds a person's most private secrets these days. Daru talked about that all the time. He was always wondering if there was
he fucking does.
Yeah. He was always wondering if there was a way to automatically wipe a computer's hard drive if you died in an accident, for example.
Man, yeah. Not good. Not a good sign.
Of course, what Daru didn't want anyone to see was probably very different than what was on Grace's computer. But beyond that, it's the same idea.
Minus the criminal charges. I see.
She seemed really interested in the contents of the hard drive, but she didn't say anything else. Anyway, I'll be going now. I was a little worried about Mayuri, too. Hey, Okarin, what's the best color for a school swimsuit? The hell are you talking about? Well, I'm playing this hentai game, and it just popped up as a choice. I was wondering what color you'd pick. What? Honestly, I'd rather have asked Mayushi or the Y2K or Ferristan. They'd call the cops on your ass. Yeah. So I had no choice but to ask you. So, what color? Don't get embarrassed, just tell me. Ask Suzuha. Not a chance. You'd slit my throat, man. I was a little worried about Mayuri, too. I got up and went to leave.
What he has on his computer.
Yeah. And then I saw a small ornament that was decorating the door. Come to think of it, it is almost Christmas. I remembered how excited Mayuri was. Are you staying here for Christmas, Maho?
Yeah, I've still got stuff to do here.
Are you staying it with anyone?
What?
No, I mean, outside of Japan, people don't usually have Christmas. Don't people usually have Christmas parties with their friends?
Sorry, but I don't have any plans like that. And Americans and Europeans don't have Christmas parties.
They don't?
Christmas is a holy day to them, right? So they normally spend it with their families. They do have big New Year's parties, though.
I thought I heard something about that on TV or something. Well, oh, sorry.
Well, I don't have any family here, so I'll be alone regardless. But that doesn't mean I'm lonely. Don't get the wrong idea, okay?
Or so she said, but being alone, all alone on Christmas in a bustling town was probably lonely. Of course, she'd probably get mad if I told her that, so of course I didn't. When I finished talking to the professor, I went to the lab. I confirmed on the phone that Mayuri was just fine, but I wanted to see her for myself.
Didn't you invite her to the Christmas party, you dick?
I could see from the
I
outside.
just realized that. What an ass!
And the lights in the lab were on. I ran up the stairs to get away from the cold and opened the door.
I guess it's like a weird worlds collide situation. Like, how do you explain how this weird,
Right, yeah.
like, savant brain science institute person is involved?
Mayuri?
With Christine, you pulled it off the first time.
Yeah. But no one knows about Kurisu except for Daru and Suzuha.
Sure.
What?
But, like, again, he worked with Kurisu. He just dragged some rando.
Yeah.
Super smart.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Yeah, but then he has to explain like, by the way, I know Kurisu, but none of these guys here have ever heard of her.
You're right. That's going to be complicated. No, that's not that you can't do that. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Uh,
That doesn't work.
Mayuri, you here? I felt a small impact on my chest.
Know that I know her. Like, ooh, yeah.
I felt a small impact on my chest when I opened the door.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, I should have been looking where I was going. Sorry.
Evidently, he was just about to leave. Lukako looked up at me, apologetic. For some reason, he was blushing a little. What do you mean for some reason? You know he fucking is in love with
Right.
you.
Have we not? Wait a minute. Is that not this timeline? I don't understand.
Either way,
He's
Okabe
been
remembers the
through-
timeline.
Yeah, I assume, anyway.
Yeah. Only Daru and
Yeah.
Lukako were in the room. There was no sign of Mayuri or Suzuha.
Glad. If I'd have gone home a little sooner, I would have missed you.
Hmm? Waiting for something?
Yes, but it's nothing important. I just brought you some snacks. He brought us some steamed manchu buns, man.
Daru had already eaten about half the box.
Someone gave them to us, so you can share them with everyone. Was it Ferris?
I see. Thank you.
Hey, Lukashi, you good on time? Oh,
Lukako looked up at the clock and started to fidget.
we're having guest visit at home tonight.
Yes. Yours?
I'll guess my father's, but for some reason I was asked to be there as well. Normally, he brings people over who have the same hobbies as he does and talks with them for a long time. It's all too complicated for me to understand, so I usually just bring them tea. I'm not sure why he wants me there.
Does he talk about religion and stuff? Lukaku's family ran the Yanabayashi Shrine, one of the oldest in Akihabara.
Evidently not. Last time he was talking about Ariake and something about the era of Harumi.
Harumi. Miyake. Weren't those places...
It's Lukashi's daddy for you. Spooky. Do you two know what he was talking about?
Yeah, I think so. But we can talk about it another time. If you've got company, you should probably head home.
Oh, then I'll be going. I'll see you soon.
He bowed deeply and disappeared out the door. I watched him go and then sat down on the sofa. Where's Mayuri?
May Queen? Probably. I haven't seen her today.
Guess I'll have to wait a little. Or should I go get her?
Oh, Okarin. That call earlier. What was that about?
He was probably talking about the phone call I'd placed to him before I went to go see the professor. That was... don't worry about it. I was probably just mistaken.
You sure? Okay then, I guess.
I remembered the strange sensation I'd experienced. I'd wondered if I'd shifted between world lines, but several hours had passed and nothing had changed. Actually, I wasn't even sure if I'd really experienced it anymore. Memories were like that, especially for me.
Still, roomy, huh? Lukashi's daddy's a real veteran warrior. What's that about warriors?
Suzuha got back before Mayuri did.
Mr. Lucas' father's a warrior?
How come he gets Mister? I'm stuck with being Uncle Ocarin. I would think he'd like Uncle more, but whatever.
Mr. is more respectful.
Yeah.
That's right. A warrior among warriors. A man with a history of many battles, you could say. I see. But I thought his family were all holy men. Oh, I see. They say some holy men can also be warriors.
She'd convinced herself.
Mr. Luca really was amazing. I can accept that.
Amazing. What was amazing? I decided to just pretend I never heard that. It still felt awkward looking at Suzuha. I'd avoided coming to the lab mostly seeing her.
Uncle Ocarin, don't make that face.
Evidently, she could read my thoughts just from the look on my face. She seemed upset.
I could tell you're avoiding me.
You know it's not your fault, though. You know it's not your fault, though.
Wait, Suzuha, where have you been for so long? Ah, were you on a date with some boy? Never. No, your father won't let you go make some random guy your boyfriend. No, it's nothing like that. Really?
I thought it was a joke, but evidently he was serious about it. His tone was far less joking than usual. It must be hard being a dad.
It's true. Then look me in the eye and tell me. Do you all people get to say that, Dad? What does that mean? Playing all those weird games when you need to be spending more time with Mom. That's because two-dimensional girls and three-dimensional ones are different.
Never change, Daru.
Please change.
Didn't you say it didn't matter if a girl was 2D or 3D? Yeah.
Please change. Oh, Corinne, did you have to say that right now? How could you betray me like that?
I'd never been on Daru's side when it came to his hobbies, though.
Ahem. Anyway, if I wasn't a boy, then tell your dad what you were doing today. What I was doing? If it wasn't something bad, there should be no problem.
Suzuha glanced at me, then sighed in resignation.
Tried to go back and failed. I was looking for someone.
I don't think she's ever told them about about Kaguri.
Extra. That makes sense though. So someone. So it was a boy after all. I told you it's not like that. Little girl. No, she'd be older than me now, I guess.
That was a strange way to put it. I glanced over at Daru, who looked back.
Time travel. Actually, there was another girl in the time machine when I came here.
You had 6 months to bring this up and you haven't?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Wait, Suzuha? This is probably the first I heard about this.
Because I never told you. Oh, wow.
Yeah, no shit. I never told you.
She was looking down at her feet, and I could see she regretted bringing it up. Who is she? Where's she now?
I don't know what she's doing now.
You don't know?
Well, we got separated, you see, in 1998 here in Akihabara. Oh my god.
1998. That would have been 12 years ago. So it
Ah.
wasn't just Suzuha who came from the... It took some time for the meaning of that.
But what happened? You know, we went back to 1975 to find the IBM 5100, right, Uncle?
Nodded silently.
Well, we managed to get the IBM 5100. Then we went to 1998. And then I lost her. Our mission was to avoid the year 2000 problem.
Year 2000. That was one of the big events. Yeah. That was one of the big events at the end of the last century, along with Nostradamus'. But in the end, after all the fuss made by the media and pundits, nothing really happened. Was that because John Titor had come from the future to fix it? If that was the case, then ow.
I mean, if nothing else, we never would have gotten office space. If not for Y2K.
Yeah.
I ran into some trouble in 1998, then got separated from her.
And you used a time machine before you could find her?
I didn't have a choice. She ran out of the time machine on her own, and...
She must have remembered something, because she swallowed her words with a bitter expression.
Of course I did. I looked for her. I did small jumps, as many as my fuel would allow, and looked for everywhere for her, but...
Again, never managed to find her.
I guess I understand, but why'd you keep something so important from us? It was my fault that I lost her. I wanted to take responsibility for bringing her back myself. You know me better than that.
Daru's words were soft.
Your dad. You're in trouble. You can count on me. Dad. You want to find her, right? So we'll help. Right, Ocarin?
What? Me too?
Of course. Not asking you to change the future. You can do this, right?
Well, to be honest, after refusing all her requests to save the world, I was feeling a little guilty. I'd like to help her if I could, but I wanted to know what she'd do after she found her.
Slippery slope. So, what's her name? Age? And is she cute? Daddy'll be mad if she's really a man. He's a girl.
Jesus.
Okay. Yikes. Then give me your name and 3 sizes too. Fucking jackass. I know her 3 sizes. When I last saw her, she was 10.
Would
Don't.
be 20.
Please, just fucking don't.
She'd be 22 now.
Right. Just a lolly, huh?
Then she should be 22 now.
Nailed it. Name, please.
Oh, Okabe's gonna pick up on that immediately.
Name's Kaguri. Sheena Kaguri.
Gina. Name wasn't unusual. A girl who was part of Daru's group in the future who had the name Sheena, as in Sheena Mayuri.
What's wrong? Susan was that girl. That's right. Her mother's name is Sheena Mayuri. Okay. I thought I was like, they were pulling a fast one somehow. I forgot that, yeah, she brought her. Mayuri is the one who brought her there, so her name being. Still, 100% must be Carissa. I think. I don't know. Kagari is Big Sis Mayu's daughter.
Daughter? Of course, it was possible that Miri would choose to have a child in the future. The fact that I never even thought about it made the shock that much worse. She had a daughter, that means she had a partner.
Usually how that
and
goes.
That partner couldn't be me, because I died in 2025. Wait a second. If she was 10 in 2036, she would have been born in 2026. I'd have to learn more.
That math is starting to math,
but if I died in 2025, wasn't it just possible, maybe, barely, that it could be me? It just couldn't be. Just like Souza had appeared before Daru, he was going to appear before me?
God damn it. Is this all going to be old boy at the end?
Who was the dad? I couldn't ask.
Huh? Wait a second. If her name was Sheena, that means maybe she didn't change her name, which means... What? Oh, does that mean she didn't get married, I assume?
Yeah.
I don't know. I assume that they do the same thing. I have no idea what the convention is. Kagari is a war orphan. She had no relatives until Big Sis Mayu took her in. Wait, so not, yeah. Okay, not like her kid. That sounds like something, that sounds like something she'd do.
I realized that I was relieved in more ways than one, and I hated myself a little for it. Even if she didn't marry someone else in the future, as long as that made her happy, it was best.
Didn't marry?
Yeah, she didn't.
Big Sis Mayu told me to take care of Kagari, so this should never have happened. She's always clinging to Big Sis Mayu, and she doesn't know anybody in this time, so I'm sure she's lonely.
How did you get separated? Said there was some kind of trouble? If she'd come to a new era in a time machine at 10 years old, Suzuha would have been the only person she could rely on. There was no way she'd leave Suzuha and run off on her own.
I don't know either. She got really unstable after we jumped to the past.
That made sense. Think of it. The young girl, just 10 years old, was suddenly taken to a world where she knew no one. Of course she'd be scared.
Do you have any pictures of her? Oh, yeah.
She showed me a tattered picture with girls in it. One was an adult woman. I couldn't see her face, but maybe it was Mayuri.
Could have been anyone.
Maybe it was Mayuri.
It's
20 years
literally
from
the
now.
same fucking wardrobe she wore the entire game last game, but who knows?
Hiding behind her was another girl. Is that Sheena Kagari? Now she's 22, huh? Hard to imagine. That is, if she's alive. Even if Japan was a safe, peaceful country, it'd be hard for a young girl to get by on her own. If she was lucky, someone might take her in and give her to an orphanage, but if she wasn't, Suzo was probably well aware of that possibility, so didn't bring it up.
Hey, Okarin, help us out, okay?
She's Mayuri's adopted daughter, right? Of course I'll help. But are you okay with that, Suzuha? With me helping? I felt sure that Suzuha was disgusted. I had a chance to save the world and I'd given up. Would she want help from a person like that?
You're okay with it, Uncle. The more people, the better.
See, I'll help. Of course, I didn't think this would make up for that.
Thank you.
What's this about Mayushi's daughter? Everyone turned around at this sudden voice. Ocarina, you really did wait for me. Yuri, what is it? The moment I saw her, I finally relaxed. So glad, Yuri. I took her small hand in mine and felt the warmth. She was alive. Ocarina? Oh, sorry. No, it doesn't bother me, so it's okay.
Big sis Mayu, how long were you here for?
Huh? I just got here. Careless. I was so focused.
Why he's Uncle Ocarina.
Yeah. I was so focused on what Suza was saying that I didn't see Mayuri come into the room. Hey, I heard you talking about Mayushi's daughter. What were you talking about?
Your daughter? Well, that is...
Crap. Mayuri knew that Suza was from the future, but telling her about future daughter would be going too far, man. I needed to change the subject. But we were just saying that you look so young that you could be my daughter.
Oh, right. Mayushi's a cute young girl.
Yeah, people tell me that I got a young face a lot. I want to look grown up like Yuki-san. Well, you eat enough for 2 grown-ups. That wasn't a compliment, Mary. That was enough to distract her, though, evidently. Oh, speaking of food, is there anything you want for Christmas?
Genius.
Christmas? In the party? Yep. Anything's fine. As long as it's food, though.
I thought I was like, oh, as like a Christmas present. I mean for the party. Oh, right. A Christmas party, huh?
You've never been to one, Suza-san?
Where I come from, we didn't really have time for parties. You said no. But I think there was one time my dad got us a really good chicken from somewhere. Big sis Mayu said she'd cook it, but Dad stopped her.
You could just like, you said you'd cook it. Suza was looking at Mayuri as if she was remembering the past or future, or the future past. Case might be.
Yeah, see, because it's not really her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, really wasn't much more than we usually got, but it did make me happy.
In the future, when World War III was going on, there probably wasn't much time for celebration. But even then, Mayuri was still Mayuri, trying her best to make everyone happy. Anything you want, Daru-kun?
I got cute girls dressed up in Santa cosplay. That's all I need.
How much food do you think we need, huh? Oh, I'm
a pile.
The plan was to make it all Yuki-san. Oh, I know. Maybe I'll have Luka-kun and Ferris-chan help too. Miri's head was full of thoughts about the Christmas party. Is there anybody you want to bring to the party, Ocarina? Me? I don't really... There you go. I almost said no, but then I remembered something. Maho. She said Christmas is something you always spend with your family, but... Ocarina?
Basic shit. Basic shit.
No, not really. How is she going to spend her Christmas? It was after. It was after I walked Mayuri home. The second I was alone, I started thinking about this afternoon. If that really was a world line change, then what was the cause? The most likely possibility was that someone had succeeded in developing something like the phone wave named Subject to Change. We were able to make one. There was no reason someone else could. Another possibility was that no, there was no use in thinking about it. I was just mistaken. And even if the world line did change, we weren't the cause. We didn't have anything to do with it anymore. Whenever I was alone, I always ended up thinking about things that wouldn't do me any good.
They changed her record, her brain thoughts. The Amadeus, they retroactively altered her memories to make her think that that happened, and they were able to go back, do it back in time, and that's what does the change. It's like the D-mail thing. I'm guessing. I don't know. That's what I'm gonna guess.
I took the phone out of my pocket and icon.
Hello.
Risu's expression was as self-satisfied as ever.
Why are you calling at this hour?
Nothing. I just felt like talking. Did I bother you?
Not really. Talking to you is good for me, you know.
She was an AI, after all. He wouldn't be bothered, no matter the hour.
Good polite. You met with Senpai, right?
Yeah.
What'd you talk about?
What?
You.
I just gave her my reports about our conversations.
Is that all? You didn't invite her anywhere?
Are you
You ass.
Are you still going on about that? You better not tell that to Maho. She'll get mad at you.
But this is her big chance. I don't want her to waste it.
Gracie seemed insistent on getting me and Maho together. Eesh. Doesn't she have other things to think about? Things to think about?
No.
Would she have anything to say about that other matter? Hey, question for you. What's the best way to find a missing person?
That sure came out of nowhere.
Some friends and I are trying to find someone, but we really don't know what to do.
Tell me the details.
She leaned forward suddenly. Really was a curious girl. Well, yeah, how are you going to explain this one?
Yep, yeah. Right?
I'm not the only one involved.
Right. But I can't really help you like that, though.
You're right. If you could just give me your general thoughts.
Unprompted. Well, the best option is to go to the police, but you know,
that was
done that yet.
That was the obvious and correct answer.
A detective agency, possibly, or look at old newspaper articles. But I guess you're already doing that.
I don't know about that.
You don't know. You're not trying to find. You're trying to find someone, and you haven't even done that.
I just heard about this today. I'll find out later. But Kagari
done nothing.
was from the future, and Suzuha didn't have any personal documents in this era either, which meant that it was unlikely she'd gone to anybody in the government. Some people in America use dowsing and clairvoyance to find people, right?
Dowsing's for water. Don't tell me you believe in that stuff. It has no scientific basis whatsoever.
No, I know that. It was just something I thought of.
Good. If you said yes, I was never going to speak to you again.
He really was just like Karisu. Thanks. That's a big help.
Just like me, for real. Like, okay, well, we're done. Deuces.
Yeah.
I'll be praying for you. Oh, wait. I'll be praying you find them.
Oh.
Huh.
And,
Wait, are you gonna be, though?
Oh. Oh, no, it's nothing.
What? Now you got me wondering.
It's nothing, really. Anyway, I'll talk to you tomorrow or something. Why was I just about to say that? I was just about to tell her about Mayuri's Christmas party to see if she wanted to go. You invite your AI girlfriend, not the actor.
Easier to explain than an actual human being.
Karisu was just an AI. She only existed inside of a computer. I guess I was just starting to see her as real.
Yeah, man. Yeah, if you're willing to engage with that, then you cannot justify it's just because you don't want to bring Maho. That's the only reason.
Right?
Oh man. Well, Dad. Or whoops, sorry. Well, Dad. Any luck? Nope. Sorry. Nothing. I see.
The search for Mayuri's future daughter, Sheena Kagri, was taking longer than expected. Let me ask you something. Did you go to the police?
Yeah, I did, but there's no official police missing persons report.
I was right. In order to submit a missing persons report, you needed to have an ID to prove who you were. Why Suzuha hadn't done it. And also, I later learned the only people who could submit a search request were people like family and significant others who were close to the missing person.
Oh, that.
I think it's different in Japan.
Yeah, that might be the case, but it feels like if, generally speaking, if a person is missing, there doesn't really need to be anybody else. Like if their whereabouts can't be confirmed, then it doesn't matter. Like it's like, you know, there doesn't need to be a victim to press charges, kind of a thing. The state can do that. It's the same vibe for a missing person, I think. But usually somebody has to, like, they're not going to know
Right.
somebody didn't show up without somebody telling them, kind of. Anyway, yeah, I have no idea how it works in Japan, obviously, or here, if I'm being real. Yesterday, I did some light hacking of the police database, but I didn't find anything.
Yeah, sure.
Super hacker. Did you look too then?
I didn't look at any internal data like you did, Daru, but yeah, I looked. There was a database of missing persons on the police homepage, but it didn't go back very far, and it didn't have a lot of information. All it had was age, sex, clothes, and sometimes possessions that they were carrying. Since we knew nothing about Sheena Kagri, we basically had nothing to go on.
Picture. You know, this world may seem peaceful, but there sure are a lot of people who goes missing.
I thought the same thing. Each year, over 100 unidentified bodies were found alone.
Damn.
You expanded that to cover all of Japan.
Big city, I guess.
Yeah. Then went back 12 years. You had a pretty big number. The number of missing persons was far greater. Each year, almost 100,000 people went missing. And 1 out of every 5 was in their teens. Of course, most of them just ran away from home, and 70% were found within a week after the report was filed. But if 70% of them were found in the first week, that meant 30% of them weren't. In fact, 5% of them were never found at all, and no one ever knew if they were alive or dead. Perhaps Sheena Kagri was caught up in an accident, or killed, or perhaps... I sat up.
You know, smuggled to America.
Then got off the sofa.
And raised by CERN to, I guess, do the, like, it's like a rant situation. Ocarin, where are you going?
I thought I'd do a little more research. School would be on break soon anyway, and it wasn't like I had anything to do. And while I hadn't been very interested at first, at some point I'd become really interested in the whereabouts of Sheena Kagri. You weren't interested at first? The daughter of your friend in the future? Okay. And more than anything,
Thank you, Uncle Ocarine.
No, it's nothing really.
No. Thank you anyway.
As long as I was looking for Kagari, Suzuha probably wasn't going to bother me about the future. Having her bring up the same thing every time we met was hard for me. If I could get her focused on something else, that would make things easier for me. Or so I thought. But finding clues wasn't easy. Just in case, I'd gone to the National
Diet, somewhere in there.
Diet Library and looked at articles on missing persons and crimes in 1998, the year she'd got separated from Suzuha. But I had no luck. Suzuha had said that she'd been looking for Kagari every few years on her way to our time, so I knew it wouldn't be easy. But I couldn't help but feel a little tired and disappointed.
What's wrong?
Oh,
What'd you expect? Fucking Pizza Hut? Like what? What?
nothing. I called Kurisu without even realizing it somehow.
Hey, you seem even more tired than yesterday. You okay?
Is that how I look?
Your tones drop lower than usual. I see your conjunctiva slightly swollen with blood too. Were you looking into that case you told me about yesterday?
Yeah, I told Kurisu what I'd heard from Suzuha, Daru, and what
I
I'd
never
found.
understood why conjunctivitis was called that. But
There you
now
go.
I get it. It's swelling
Of the
what
conjunctiva.
must be the conjunctiva, yes.
And what I found in the National Diet Library.
You dummy. If that's what you were trying to do, you could have just asked me.
What do you
I'm
mean?
a computer, dingus. I can access the network and research anything that's on the internet, you know.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're a computer. I'd forgotten.
You dummy.
She was an AI that existed inside a computer. So something like that would be easy for her.
Want me to give it a try?
Can you do it right now?
Buddy, it won't take much time at all. How do you think this works?
All right, give it a go.
Sure, just give me a second.
Gracie felt silent on the screen and didn't move for a moment. Maybe 30 seconds later. You're done already?
I searched the network and nobody named Sheena Kagari has been involved in any accidents or crimes since 1998. That seems like I found 3 people with identical names, but given their ages, they're almost certainly not the girl you're looking for. If you want, I can send you an email with the data later.
No, that's fine. When I stopped to think about it, even Suzuha wouldn't have been able to do a search for her name on the internet. And what Kurisu was saying was almost certainly right. The Makise Kurisu I had known was always right.
I think that's all I can do then. Now it's up to you to do what only you can do.
What can I do?
Check physical records. You dingus. Go look at the microfilms in the library. Go gather information around the place where she disappeared. It's the ultimate in analog methods, though.
Guess you're right. Suzuha had been doing that forever, so I couldn't imagine I'd find anything. But if that was my only option, that's what I had to do.
Yeah? Yo, I mean, Ocarine?
I spun around when I heard a voice behind me.
I knew it was you, Nya. What are you doing here, Nya?
Ferris and
Hello, Okabe-san.
huh. Rare to see you two together.
We just happened to run into each other over there, nya. And Luca Nyan was carrying a heavy load, so I decided to help him, nya.
I took a closer look and saw that Lukaku was holding bags in both hands. You added in what Ferris was carrying, it was quite a lot. He was trying to carry all of this alone. Lukaku?
Hey, excuse me. Somebody leaving. I don't
Hmm?
know why it occasionally has beef with those scenes.
Yeah.
It's like what happens there? It's interesting. Did you just hear something?
No, this isn't. I
That was
quickly
not the time.
hid the smartphone behind my back.
Expertly done. Hey, are you listening? Hey, fucking Navi. There it is again, yeah. Is that who you were talking to a minute ago, yeah?
No, this is. It shouldn't matter if they found out,
Hey, wait.
but I still felt guilty, so I closed the Amadeus app.
Were you on the phone, yeah? Making it weird, yeah?
Oh, I was asking an acquaintance for some advice.
Yeah. Advice? So that was it, yeah. When I saw you from behind, it looked like you were mumbling to yourself. So I was a little worried, yeah.
Did I look like she needed to worry about me? But, well, if she saw me talking to my smartphone in a place like this, I guess I could understand that. Or maybe you were just talking to somebody on the phone.
Right. I don't understand why people think that's a weird. Like, oh my god, he's talking to his phone. He's lost it. Well. Anyway, if you're in trouble, you should have just come to Ferris, yeah. That's right. I might not be able to help, but I can at least listen.
Thanks, really, but it's nothing. Oh, wait a second. Both Ferris and Lukaku had lived in Akihabara since they were born, and both of their families held important positions here. Maybe asking them wouldn't be such a bad idea after all. I'm actually looking for someone.
You're looking for someone?
I told them I was looking for a girl who'd gone missing 12 years ago in Akihabara. Of course, I didn't tell them that she was from the future or that she was Mayuri's daughter.
I'd be interested in knowing why she went missing, yeah.
Sorry, but I can't tell you that.
Yeah.
If you could ask if anyone has any idea, that would be a huge help.
Oh, sorry. Got it. I'll ask Kuryoki, yeah.
Kuroki-san was her family's butler. I'd met him several times. The same way that Ferris naturally looked like a maid, Kuroki-san just naturally looked like a butler. Come to think of it, it was rather strange for a maid to have a butler for a servant.
Huh. Okay. Oh, I'll ask the masters at May Queen plus Nyan squared, yeah. I'll ask my father as well as our parishioners.
Thanks, that would be a big help. Both Kuroki-san and Lukaku's dad knew a lot of people, and they had a far better chance of finding someone than we did. I hoped that they could at least find some small clue. Anyway, Lukaku, what's all this stuff?
Remember how I said I had guests coming yesterday? One of the guests is gonna be staying at our house for a while. So he'd gone to get the things they needed, yeah.
If they were a guest of Lukaku's father, they must be old. But I've heard yesterday they probably had some unique hobby. That's rough, buddy.
No, it's actually kind of fun.
Fun? Lukaku shared the same blood as his dad, so perhaps he had some latent interest in those hobbies. Don't get too into it, okay? Maybe, yeah.
Huh? Okay.
I gave him that warning, then went to leave. Well, I tried to leave, but...
Yeah. I've got it. I've got it. Kenya, you okay? You're not even walking straight, yeah. I'm fine. This is nothing. Have some tea if you like.
No, I'll pass. Got guests, right?
That's true, but
I couldn't bear to see him struggle like that, so I'd carried his bags to the shrine. Ferris had gone back to her cafe. You know, I had no idea how you expected to carry all this stuff.
I've gotten a little stronger lately. I've been doing the sword exercises you gave me. Okabe-san.
Sword exercise. That was the training I'd given him when he told me he felt too much like a girl. Kaizen Zanmasku. It was so stupid. I couldn't even laugh.
Sorry.
Thinking back, I was amazed that he put up with all that nonsense. Luca, are you home? I could hear his dad's voice from their home behind the shrine office.
Yes, I'll be right there.
Okay, I'll be going.
Right. Thank you, Okabe-san.
Lukaku bowed deeply as I left Yanabayashi's shrine. On the way home, I thought about what the two of them had said.
Anyway, if you're in trouble, you should have just come to Ferris, yeah. That's right. I might not be able to help, but I can at least listen.
I didn't realize until after they'd spoken. I'd gone to Kurisu before I'd gone to anything else. I brought up the app and started talking with her before I even realized it. She wasn't Kurisu. That voice acted. All of it reminded me of Kurisu. All of it brought back the emotions I tried to hide. There was an incoming call on my phone. Am I supposed to answer? I'm good until January. There was an incoming call on my phone. It was from Kurisu. She was probably there to complain about me hanging up on her. That would be just like Kurisu. But I didn't. Oh, but I didn't answer. Oh. I didn't answer any of the other calls that came that day either. The United States of America, California.
Wrong order. Christ, why do I have to do this report?
The reporter. The reporter, Jessica Edmond, had rushed to the scene of her director's orders, and she was pissed about it. She dreamed of Hollywood and even being in a movie once. So how did she end up reporting on this crap?
Checks out.
You're the one who said you wanted work, no matter what it was.
I did say that, but still.
I'm giving a bratty failed actress a chance to do something productive with her life. I expect gratitude, not complaints.
What did you say?
Well, what? Are you gonna give up on the job and run away? You'll never see anything through, you know. You keep that up and you'll lose custody.
I'm sorry.
She hated herself for not being able to say anything. Her stupid pride got in the way. She dreamed of being a Hollywood actress, but all she got was a small part in a B movie. It had never gone anywhere after that. Then she had a kid and came back home. Still, she loved her kid. She wanted to make sure they were taken care of, no matter what she had to do.
So, where is it?
Back behind those bushes. She went into the bushes, and there she saw it. Several bodies, all brutally mutilated.
What are you fucking kidding? This is your brain. You're set.
They're monkeys.
Yes, it's animals. That's not great.
5 scientists have gone missing this year, and 3 of the 5 are believed to have been researching artificial intelligence. The authorities believe that the culprits may be radical religious fundamentalists who oppose the development of AI. And now we go live to the scene. Jessica?
This is Jessica Edmond reporting live from the scene. The bodies found this morning were initially believed human.
They were believed.
I'm not sure why. But police investigation later revealed them to be chimpanzees and orangutans.
Hey, Bill! What the hell? Look at all these fucking dead people. They sure is hairy for some dead people.
Over here. Golly.
Hey, you better call the cops. We got a serial murderer on the loose.
But the bodies are all missing their brains and parts of their heads. Police are warning locals that a maniac may be on the loose.
Wow. Oh, man.
I don't understand how you complain about that story. There's not going to be a better, you got bodies. It's bleeding. They're bleeding. I mean, yes, it's not people, but it's a mass murder scene. There's not better cover. This is not how fucking reporters work. Anyway.
Oh, man. Well, we are at that time. Close enough, anyway. I mean, it's a new scene, so...
Sure. Good transition point.
Good transition point. Wow, we've learned some things. We learned Okabe is really starting to get confused by his AI girlfriend. And,
Getting sucked in. You know, yeah.
Look here. All I could say here is that Hyoyin Kyoma would never fall for this sort of manipulation.
You're right. Actually. Honestly, genuinely. The man, all of his problems, he did not have any, crushing loneliness that could be solved. You know, no, he had a lot of issues.
Everything.
I could not imagine him getting sucked into an AI girlfriend.
Well, that and everything was a conspiracy to him. It's like, oh, you just want to get close to me because you're trying to learn my secrets.
Right. Yeah. And he just wasn't actually engaging with that kind of he had no romantic interest really until the end of any of the storylines.
Yeah.
that's hilarious. He had to read the magazine to have a clue. Or is that the other one?
That was the other one. That was Chaos Child.
That's Chaos Child.
But either way, you're right. Okabe, in Hyoyin Kyoma form, he would have this would be nothing to him.
Yeah, he does not function in a sexual capacity. That's not really or a romantic one, I guess. It's just interesting.
What a woman does to you.
Yeah, I don't know. It's what growing the fuck up does to
you. Yeah, that's true too.
Took him till he was 30, but you got there.
Oh man, well, this is a good stopping point, so we're gonna go ahead and call it here. We will be seeing how this story pans out in the near future. But for now, we're calling it. If you want to get notified when we go live or when we're playing this again, you can subscribe to the channel or join the Discord. Link for that down below. There's also a link for Patreon if you want to give us some money. You don't have to, but it helps, and really just hanging out is more than enough. As far as the rest of the week is concerned, Tuesday and Thursday, which are our other streaming days, I will not be here, so be sure to check and see what Eric's got on the table. Imagine more tactical breach withers.
At least for one of the nights. We'll see if I don't come up with something else for one of the two, but I'm guessing that's what I'll be doing tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
And then I'll be poking around at what I've got for other options, but non-zero chance that we keep moving on that. There's a lot of that left, and it takes a while to work through.
Oh yeah, I bet. All right, well, we will catch you. Well, I'll catch you next week, and Eric, I guess I'll catch you tomorrow.
Sure will.
Bye bye.
Boy.